Angie, I want to change my evidence.
What?
What I said in there before, it wasn't the truth. I mean, I wasn't lying, it's just... It's not exactly the way it happened.
Just a minute, Richie. You shouldn't be telling me this. I'm involved, remember?
So who can I tell? Please, Angie, you've got to help me.
Are you absolutely serious about this?
I'll shout it out in court if I have to. I don't care about contempt. They can do what they want to me.
Okay. Yeah, you can change your evidence. You'll need to give another statement to a police officer, one who isn't involved in the case. Then he'll tell the two briefs, they'll tell the judge, and he'll decide whether it's worth hearing in court.
Oh, it is? It'll make all the difference.
Richie, I just told you I don't want to know.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So what we've got to do, go find a police officer?
Prosecution clerk. He'll set things in motion.
Thanks, Angie.
Why did Richie shout out like that?
I don't know.
Well, I don't understand it. He's already said he saw my dad lighting the fire. What else can he say?
Shut up, will you? Just shut up!
Get lost!
Hey, listen, you two. Arguing isn't going to get us anywhere, is it?
Well, tell him to shut up, then.
Rob was just wondering about Richie's behaviour, that's all.
Yeah.
What's the point?
The point is our dad could be in prison for the next 20 years. That's the point.
No, he won't.
How do you know? Don't be so stupid.
All right, that's enough. I know you're both upset. You're worried about your dad, and you've had a horrible time in the witness box, but that's over. We don't know what's going to happen, do we? It's out of our hands. So let's just be patient and hope for the best. Yes?
My lord, I urge you to allow the jury to hear Mr. Carter's new statement.
You would say that, Geoffrey.
It could significantly affect the outcome of the case.
Which is why I think Miss Browning is reluctant for me to allow it.
Why has he changed his statement? Why now?
Does it matter?
Yes, I think it does. The trial's been very stressful for him. Reminded him of the loss of the woman he loved. Made him question his state of mind at the time of the fire. But most importantly, he's clearly been influenced by Andy Sugden. And I wonder how much credence we can give to the words of an emotionally damaged 14-year-old.
Oh, I thought he held up rather well today, in spite of your efforts to browbeat him.
Thank you, Mr. Hamilton-Jones.
Mr. Carter is reinventing history. His original statement is more likely to be the truth.
I think we should let the jury decide that. I'm inclined to hear what Mr. Carter has to say. May I remind you that you are still under oath?
My lord, I've no questions at this point and should like to tender the witness to the defence.
Mr. Carter, I understand you've made a new statement concerning the events of November the 16th of last year. Is that correct?
Yes.
I'd like you to tell the court what you said in that statement. Mr. Carter.
Sorry. That night when me and Sarah were in the barn, we heard somebody coming. We thought it must be Jack. Sarah was terrified that he'd find us there, so we hid. We heard him moving about. And then, when we realised what was happening with the fire, we knew it must be Jack. I mean, he must have seen us going in there. He'd already threatened to kill Sarah. It had to be him. But I didn't see him.
Mr. Carter, this is very important, so I'd like you to be absolutely clear about it. At no time did you see the defendant either entering the barn or starting the fire?
No. I said I had. I suppose I'd convinced myself it was him because he hated us. Sarah had left him for me, and I wasn't lying. And I wanted it to be him. I wanted him to suffer and to be punished for what had happened to Sarah. But I didn't see him. I didn't.
Thank you, Mr. Carter. No further questions, my lord.
Mr. Carter, this trial must have been very painful for you. You love Sarah Sugden, and you want to see justice done. But you don't want to see our children deprived of their father, do you? She wouldn't have wanted that, would she?
That's not why I changed my statement.
Then why did you change your statement? Has anyone put you under any pressure?
No, they haven't.
But in your original statement, you were convinced Mr. Sugden had started the fire.
I've just said that I made a mistake.
Do you know who started the fire?
My lord, my learned friend is inviting the witness to speculate.
Yes, she is. However, I think Mr. Carter's evidence is relevant. Answer the question.
I don't know. I really don't. All I know is I didn't see Jack in the barn, and that's God's truth.
No further questions from me.
Very well. The court will adjourn. We'll reconvene at 2 o'clock.
Court rise.
Will that help, Dad? What Richie just said?
Depends whether the jury believes him, Pep. Let's just hope that they do.